Welcome to the Explainer. So, you want to master Roblox Rivals, right? It's fast, it's high stakes, and honestly, it can be pretty unforgiving if you don't know what you're doing. But you are in the exact right place. Today, we're diving deep into the stats, the optimal loadouts, and those sneaky meta strategies that literally separate the casual players from the absolute pros. We're going to look at exactly what the data tells us about mastering this intense shooter. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our beginner to pro roadmap. First, the rules of engagement. Second, building your perfect loadout. Third, mastering advanced movement mechanics. Fourth, optimizing your aiming setup. And finally, leveraging the Rivals community. So, I gotta ask, want to totally dominate your next 1v1 duel? Yeah, of course you do. In a game where the time to kill can be literal fractions of a second, your knowledge of the game is just as important as your raw reflexes. The data and mechanics we uncover in this explainer are going to give you the ultimate competitive edge. All right, Section 1, the rules of engagement. Let's lay down the foundation every pro needs. The core loop of Rivals is brutally simple, but it just works. Step 1, when you spawn into the lobby, you'll see a shooting range. Use this. It's the best thing you can do as a beginner because it lets you test out literally any weapon for free before risking your hard-earned keys. Step 2, step onto the pads in the hallway to pick your match size, from super sweaty 1v1s all the way to chaotic 5v5 team battles. And step 3, it's a race. The first player or team to win 5 rounds takes the match. Every single round counts. Moving right along to Section 2, building your perfect loadout. Let's hit the armory.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in playstyles. You've got 4 slots to fill: primary, secondary, melee, and utility. For your primary, look at the difference between sustained fire and burst damage. The assault rifle is super forgiving. It deals 13 damage with a blazing fast 0.11-second cooldown. But then look at the sniper and the RPG, boom, a massive 50 damage right out the gate. The catch? The sniper leaves you vulnerable with a 1.5-second cooldown, and the RPG has a 1-second wait. If your aim is on point, those burst weapons end fights before they even begin.
But what if you get caught reloading your primary? Well, your secondary is your lifeline. And if you want to completely dominate in close quarters combat, the data points straight to the shorty. This little sidearm deals a massive 75 damage in just 0.125 seconds. I mean, if you close the gap and pull this out, it's practically a guaranteed round win. But what about when things get truly up close and personal? Pros don't just pick their melee weapons for raw damage. They pick them for these crazy hidden utility perks. This is where the skill ceiling really opens up. Check this out. The katana literally lets you deflect bullets back at your enemies. The knife gives you an instant elimination if you land a backstab. The scythe gives you a super quick directional dash. And the trowel actually lets you play architect, throwing bricks to build instant defensive walls. Basically, your melee slot is a second utility slot. Speaking of utility, mastering this 4th and final slot is absolutely crucial for outsmarting people. You aren't just relying on bullets anymore, you're controlling the whole battlefield. Take the freeze ray. It hits with a splash radius and freezes enemies in their tracks for 3 whole seconds. Just be careful because they can still shoot back. Or if you're the trap setting type, the subspace trip mine is completely invisible. It just lies in wait to deal a devastating 149 damage and send enemies flying. It's a total homage to classic Roblox, and it's absolutely lethal. Let's move to and see how this builds into Section 3, mastering advanced movement mechanics. Okay, look, in Rivals, standing still is a guaranteed elimination. Normal walking just isn't going to cut it against a pro. You have to master advanced traversal. First up, rocket jumping. You literally use your own explosives, like the RPG, to launch yourself into the sky. Second, yeah, you slide by crouching, but did you know you can slide upwards on ramps to keep your momentum going? And finally, your weapon actually changes how you move. Just equipping the bow or the fists passively gives you a double jump. Combine a double jump with an explosive boost, and you become a total nightmare for your opponent to track. Let's step out of the arena for a second. Section 4, optimizing your aiming setup. So the crucial point here is this exact metric, 25 to 40 centimeters. What does that actually mean? Well, in the world of tactical shooters, this represents your centimeters per 360. The exact physical distance you need to move your mouse across your actual desk to do a complete 360-degree spin in the game. And we aren't just guessing, this is expert consensus. According to the aim training platform Aiming Pro, since Roblox hosts thousands of different games, locking in the right sensitivity is tough. But for a hyper-fast shooter like Rivals, tuning your mouse DPI and in-game sensitivity to that 25 to 40 centimeters sweet spot gives you the perfect balance.
It lets you pull off those wide, crazy fast flicks to track someone rocket jumping while still keeping the micro-precision you need to land a 50-damage sniper headshot. And that brings us to the final piece of the pro player puzzle, Section 5, leveraging the Rivals community.
Because let's be real, you cannot conquer this game alone, especially if you want to dominate the larger 3v3 and 5v5 modes. The absolute best place to network is the official Rivals Discord server. It's the spot to find high-skill squads so you aren't just rolling the dice with random matchmaking. Plus, Rivals is constantly evolving with new maps and balance tweaks, right? The Discord server has dedicated channels for update logs, announcements, and leaks, ensuring you're always one step ahead of the shifting meta. If you want to play like a pro, you got to network like one.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive. We've covered the weapons, the insane advanced mechanics, the perfect aiming metrics, and how to use the community. So I'm leaving you with this. Which pro loadout are you going to build first to dominate the arena? Are you going with the rocket-jumping sniper, or maybe the dodging, katana-deflecting close-quarters build? Take these stats, apply these movement techniques, and go claim those victories. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.